Princess Anne's unbelievable comment on finances exposed. It's hard to make ends meet. Princess Anne once made an unbelievable comment about finances to Terry Wogan, he revealed in an interview with the royal. The Princess Royal appeared on his chat show Wogan in 1985, and he told the audience the last time they met and said it was hard to make ends meet as a farmer's wife. While it is true that Anne was technically a farmer's wife, it seems slightly odd for a princess to appear to claim there are any financial concerns in her life. At the time, Anne was married to Captain Mark Phillips, who had left the armed forces and retrained as a farmer. They lived together at Gatcombe Park in Gloucestershire, which was gifted to them by the Queen when they got married, and it was where they raised their 2 children, Peter and Zara Phillips. While Mark really did take on this farmer's role, Anne continued to dedicate herself to royal duties. In the 1985 interview, Mr. Wogan said, "I remember the last time we did meet, I think it was at a posh lunch, you were talking about the vicissitudes of being a farmer's wife, and how hard it was to make ends meet." Anne responded, "Yes, we were discussing that farmers all over the world are never happy. And that is something that in my travels so far has been endorsed and underlined in several different languages. Indeed, in some parts of the world, farmers really do struggle to make ends meet and support their families." Mr. Wogan asked, "Do you get very involved in the economics of Gatcombe Park yourself, as a sturdy yeoman's wife?" Anne replied, "Not really, no, I leave the running of that side of life, the real farming side of life, to my husband. That's his responsibility. I'm required to turn up as a pair of extra hands every now and again at certain times of the year." Mr. Wogan asked, "They actually ask you to pitch in and help with the muck spreading?" To which Anne quipped, "Seldom asked, expected yes." Both Mark and Anne stayed in touch with their love of horses while at Gatcombe, having both been eventing champions in the 70s. This meant their daughter Zara followed in their footsteps, and went on to becoming the world eventing champion in 2006. However, Anne's quiet life as a farmer's wife did not work out exactly as planned. For one thing, Mark decided to set up a business that took him all over the world, and left Anne on her own in the house much of the time. Both Anne and Mark had extramarital affairs, but stayed together publicly until love letters stolen from Anne's briefcase at Buckingham Palace were sent to the Sun. While the newspaper handed them into the Metropolitan Police, it soon emerged that the stolen letters were from Commander Timothy Lawrence, equerry to the Queen. Anne and Mark quickly separated, and then divorced in 1992. And married Timothy in a small ceremony in Scotland later that year, and he moved into the family home at Gatcombe, while Mark moved next door. Mark later married Sandy Fluger, whom he had a daughter with, but they separated in 2012, intending to divorce. A new ITV documentary about Princess Anne is being aired tonight at 9 p.m. The documentary, entitled Anne, the Princess Royal at 70, will dive deep into the popular royal's life as she nears her 70th birthday. Anne, who has now dedicated over 50 years to royal duties, is one of the hardest working royals in terms of numbers of engagements, only pipped by her brother Charles last year, and is consistently among the best liked royals. Many like Anne for her straight talking, no nonsense attitude, and her down to earth and witty humor.